Hey guys, Cher here, and I did something quite unconventional, at least from my point of view, a couple weeks ago. So a couple weeks ago, I went to see the same movie twice, but here's the unconventional part. I went to see a Marvel movie twice. I know, this is coming from the person who doesn't even like Marvel films. The movie that I went to go see almost didn't sound like your stereotypical Marvel movie, and I'm actually kind of happy went in that direction. So, a couple weeks ago, I went to see Black Panther twice. The first time was with my boyfriend Nick, that we wanted to go see a movie, and I saw that, hey, Black Panther has been out for like a week, so why don't we go see that? And he loves superhero movies, so that's what we decided to do. And then, of course, it was spring break, and my sister came down to visit, and my grandma and my aunt, who live down where I live and go to school, they wanted to, celebrate her belated birthday, and, they had presents for her that, hey, they knew my sister was coming down anyway, so why not take her to go see a movie and give her cake and stuff? So, we went to the movies, and, we decided we were gonna go see Black Panther, because at first they wanted to see Wrinkle in Time, but then we've been hearing that Wrinkle in Time has not been doing well. Not by a long shot. So, so that's how I got to see Black Panther twice. Let's just say that it is not only, my kinda biased opinion that I think that Black Panther is one of the best Marvel movies to date. It's actually a plethora of my superhero comic book movie fan friends who also say that Black Panther is one of the best Marvel movies to date. I actually had a discussion with my friend at lunch one day as I was planning this video, and they talked about how he was kind of disappointed in Disney's part of plenty of Marvel movies as of late, because they either said their costume designs were terrible, and not that the actors were bad, but it was the direction that these movies went in that seemed, it was done before, there was nothing new, it was just Disney's spin on a classic comic book hero. He said he hated Captain America, he did not like the Spider-Man movies, and he said that the only Thor movie that he said was just as good was, I think, the newest one, I think Ragnarok, was the best of the Thor movies that he's seen to date, and he said that's not good, coming from one of his favorite superheroes to date. But he did say that, oh my god, when he saw Black Panther with his girlfriend, when he went back home to California, he freaked out, because he was like, finally! Disney finally got the point with one of the most unique superheroes in the Marvel franchise. We talked about the couple of reasons why. The very first thing that we talked about when it came to this movie was costuming, because you can't have a superhero film without talking about the signature costumes. And of course for Black Panther, it's a, one body suit, which actually turns into the suit, because as soon as, Black Panther wears the traditional, African tribe necklace, when he goes into battle, it'll all of a sudden cover his entire body in black. Which, first of all, the effects for that were really cool. Just from the necklace to the top of his head to, the bottom of his feet. The effects for that were just incredible. It looks like he is wearing the suit, even though it's not really, I think they did, create a suit for it, but just the transitioning into the exact suit before the scene continues, it makes it really look like he's wearing it. And also the costumes of the Wakanda soldiers, they look extremely gorgeous. You can tell those women are ready to fight. And you can tell it's easy to move in, they look interrogating, and you know that these ladies mean business. And yes, I do mean ladies, because every Wakanda soldier, at least the one for the Royal Guard, is a female. Speaking of which, I think this movie had more feminism than any other movie I've seen in my entire life. And this coming from a Marvel comic movie, that really says something. I would even say that the majority of the cast in general are women. Like, there are women in the Wakandan, like, executive board. There's the Queen of Wakanda, who is Black Panther's mother. Like, she knows how to take charge. The one who's in charge of technology in the royal palace is Black Panther's sister. And we have a lot of spies in this movie, and the majority of them are women, especially T'Challa's girlfriend. Like, she plays a major role in this movie. And, like, as I said earlier, all the royal guard are women. And those women know how to kick some major ass. And when T'Challa, Black Panther, needs to figure out what to do or who to go to, he always goes to either his ex-girlfriend, which, I'm just gonna spoil this right now, you know they're gonna get together. Like, if she's in there for the majority of the movie, you know that she's gonna get with him. And then he also goes to his sister, because his sister is the brains of the family, and and kind of like our modern day society, she's always like, just because it does a good job does not mean it could not be updated. And she's not wrong. Of course, there are a couple of male characters in the movie, like there's the villains, and then there's, of course, the American government guy who clearly has no idea, like, what's going on in this secret society of Wakanda. But, I mean, they do their jobs decently, but they're not major players except for the main villain, which I will not spoil, because you might think it's one guy, but it's actually not. But I think from the beginning of the movie, you can tell, like, who's the real villain, like, easily, but I'm just not gonna say anything. I will say, though, I'm blanking out on his name right now, but the guy, I think his last name's Chadwick, the guy who actually played T'Challa, Black Panther in this movie, you can tell he was indulged in this role. You can tell he was perfectly fit as the Black Panther. Like, his demeanor, his emotion, his action, like, you can tell he read the script and he embodied the superhero in this movie. And I was so obsessed with that. And I will tell you, the Michael B. Jordan's character also did a fantastic job. Like, actually, the majority of actors in this movie were so indulged into their roles that you'd think that this is completely real. I did not go into this movie thinking it was going to be that good, but when came out both times, I was wrong every single time. Like, I think, like, second time watching it is so much better than the first time watching it, and probably, if I watch it for the third time, it's gonna be better than the second time. If there's one thing I want to talk about, which is, I think, a major part in this film, it's definitely the music, because the music is the key thing that brings the two cultures together, the Wakandan culture and then the modern outside world culture. Because whenever you're in Wakanda and everything's right in Wakanda, it will play traditional African music. Like, probably with a little bit of a twist too, but you can tell it's pure African music. But then whenever the outside world starts creeping in, it plays modern hip-hop. And of course, considering what race the Wakandans are, and then the race that's trying to appeal to, that tries to get into the Wakandan worlds, it perfectly fits. Kendrick Lamar did the majority of the sung songs, not the instrumental. Maybe he also did the instrumental, but I don't know. But whenever, like, there's singing in it, it's mostly Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar has become one of my favorite rappers as of late, and he did a wonderful job producing the soundtrack to this. Like, if you haven't done so already, I want you to go see this movie and listen to whenever the modern hip-hop starts playing. Like, you can tell this definitely fits Black Panther's set to the modern era. Like, I praise Disney for bringing the superhero out now, because we definitely need Black Panther and telling Black Panther's story at a time like this. So that's pretty much my impressions on Black Panther by seeing it twice, of course. If you liked this video, I'd recommend that you click the like button. And also, if you haven't done so already, why don't you click subscribe? I'm Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!